Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel called zuzanareacts, where I learn all things para with your help, and I just share my point of view as someone from Slovakia, which is in Central Europe. Now today I am super excited. As many of you know, I am actually making my trip to India this June, and there's a video about 21 things that tourists perhaps do not understand about India, and I'm super excited to explore and what are the new things that I can learn and what you can tell me about India and maybe what to be wary about when entering the country and observing it. But before we jump into today's video,
please like this video and click on the subscribe button and turn on the notification. Thank you so much for your support.
All right, let's get my education begin on this particular topic. Super curious. Let's hit it.
Now, before somebody gets married in India, they get a thorough, shall we say, snooping, sometimes without even being aware of that. There are pre-matrimonial detective agencies in India that provide services of private investigators. There are also...
Okay, no, wait, what? What? You're doing like a proper screen check of everything? Please let me know if that's true or not, because it feels like, wow, such an invasion in privacy, but wow, that's a whole new level of something else.
Spit inspectors. These people, also known as nuisance detectors, catch and give fines to those who litter or spit in public. One more profession you aren't likely to meet anywhere else is an ear cleaner. So the process of removing earwax requires some traditional instruments. They don't use Q-tips we're so used to.
Okay.
Their instruments are called the steel needle, some cotton, and a pincer. Yikes. The ear cleaner rolls some cotton around the needle so it looks like a Q-tip, and the clients have their ears cleaned. Ear cleaners usually can be found somewhere in the city center, around monuments, or at a local market.
Wow.
This profession is rare and exotic in today's India, but it used to be quite common. In this country, your dream may come true and you'll get paid for sliding.
Okay, so is that really a thing? Like, have you ever had it done? Please let me know. It feels a bit dangerous with like the needle thing going on. Let me know. That's fascinating.
Heading down a water slide. The profession's called water slide tester, and these people have to control if the slides are both safe and fun. Usually these people work in various hotels and spend most of their time in planes, traveling from one resort to another.
Wow.
There's a village where locals have no locks on.
I am sure many people would love a profession like that. I'm not huge into the slides, but wow.
Doors. Not a single house there has one. Even public toilets have no locks or doors, only a curtain, thank you. It might seem somewhat reckless, but in fact, it's one of the safest places out there. The locals lean a wooden stick against the door just to keep the stray dogs out of their houses. The only police station opened there only in 2015, and still there are no complaints. Even the local bank has no lock. It's officially the only bank in the world that's never locked.
Wow.
When the locals are out of town, they don't ask the neighbors to look after their houses, and they're not afraid to leave valuables, money, and jewelry without hiding them. Vegetarian dishes.
Okay, I'll stop here. I remember when I was young, when I was still a kid, that in Slovakia, at least where I live, we did not lock our doors. That things changed, but we were in that kind of state. I don't think you would go as far as having a bank wide open or no doors, or any of that sorts, but that was certainly a thing.
Are quite popular in India. Between 15 and 30% of the whole country's population are vegetarian. Some people tend to eat fish only and never eat any land animals. Many large food chains, famous for yummy meat dishes, even provide a whole new vegetarian menu for India. Cutlery isn't really required for many traditional Indian dishes. They say that mouth-watering curry tastes even better if eaten with the fingers. Now, I would assume that you'd want to eat the fingers separately, but hey, just thinking out loud here. There's also a wide range of crazy traditional dishes, but there's one called Okay, let's just put it on the screen, thanks. It's made from potatoes, which are pretty common for Indian food. The exotic part is that the potatoes in the dish are actually extra old. Even more, they're rotten. And there's a bunch of traditional spices. It's just a side dish. You'll need to choose the main course. Samosas are another traditional Indian dish made of potatoes. They're deep fried and look like dumplings, and they're both a side dish and a main course. Now, if you love sugar, don't forget to thank India for it. It was first extracted and refined there about 2,500 years ago. Then the Chinese picked up the technique, and it spread all over the world. Another thing you should be grateful to India for is shampoo. The very first version was made from dried herbs, some extracts, and water. Soap berries and soap nuts were widespread in India. So this component was a perfect...
I love lychee. Please tell me when I come to India that you have lots of it. I love that fruit. It's amazeballs.
perfect match for the shampoo formula. It's probably because of the right shampoos that most Indians have absolutely stunning hair and cool hairstyles. By the way, in India, it's possible to cut clients' hair with fire. It's not that widespread, though. Only one barber is said to do it. First, they sprinkle the hair with some flammable powder, then they light it up and literally set the hair on fire. While the hair's burning, the stylist creates the right shape with the help of 2 combs. He says the fire helps fix the hair right. He also claims to have at least 15 clients each day who come to get this very cut. He sure makes it look like it's a cinch to do. If you like holidays, India is the destination for you. Indians have about 1,000 various festivals and events. Sometimes people even celebrate the first hair cutting, or who knows, hair burning. All of the local celebrations are totally worth seeing. Holi is the festival of colors, and people consider it to mark the beginning of spring. It starts at the end of February and finishes in March. It involves the famous powder throwing, so don't wear that brand new white shirt to the festival. Diwali is the celebration of lights that lasts 5 days. People give gifts to each other, usually sweets, and light thousands of candles and oil lamps. No other country in the world has that many celebrations. India holds a lot of world records too. The largest sundial in the world is located in the town of Jaipur. It's a tower 90 feet tall. It's made of polished stone and looks like an architectural masterpiece. The shadow of this sundial moves at about 2.5 inches per minute, so you can see the time literally move there. Another longest thing in India are nails. According to the Guinness World Records, the longest fingernails ever belong to an Indian man. They're almost as long as a London double-decker bus. He cut them off back in 2018, but before, the total length of all his fingernails had reached 358 inches. There's also a record for the
Okay, I need to stop here. Okay, one thing I cannot stand is you can't see it, but I literally can never grow my nails. They have to be like short. They just break. No matter if I take any vitamins or not, doesn't matter. But for me, the most horrific thing that makes me literally sick to my stomach physically, I get a reaction when I see men with long nail, especially longer than mine. I think like the manicure is so important, like for hygiene purposes, that I don't deal well. I do not. And I notice guys do that, and it's like, not good. Not a good look. At least not for me.
Quantity of movies produced per year. In 2018, 1,813 new movies were filmed in India. The quantity is so impressive that if you wanted to watch all the movies made in the country in 2018 and you watched a movie per day, you'd still be watching them today in 2021.
Wow.
North Sentinel Island, which is a part of India, is probably the world's most remote place since nobody can visit it. Strangers aren't welcome there. The locals are quite introverted and would always reject any contact from outside. No ship is allowed to come closer than 5 nautical miles, and special people always patrol the area. It's one of the very few places in the world that has no modern civilization. Recently, the island's been open to the researchers, but tourists still can't visit it.
Hmm.
Several years ago, 2 frogs got married in one coastal town named Udupi. It was done to encourage the rainfall. It was too hot, over 120 degrees Fahrenheit. Both animals had unique outfits for this occasion, and the bride even had a toe ring. The 2 frogs were sent off on a honeymoon to Manipala and were released there. Sadly, each of these guys had to go their own way a couple of months later because the locals had to stop the downpour that started soon after their wedding somehow. There are not 4, but 6 seasons.
Well, that's interesting. Only things like that you hear, because it sounds tad crazy in America when they are marrying off, like, whatever, even humans and horses and stuff like that. So it's interesting, but I think that he's obviously trying to sensationalize this, but it's interesting nonetheless.
Overall here. According to the North, West, and Central Indian calendars, Indian spring is in March and April. Next comes summer, also known as hot season. It starts in May and finishes in June. It's also one of the marriage seasons. Next comes monsoon, also known as rainy season. It starts after the summer solstice, usually in July, and lasts throughout August. Next comes fall.
I didn't realize they had monsoons. Like, when I was researching the weather, they were talking about monsoons. I was like, wait, what? Monsoons in India? How's that even possible? How's that possible?
Which spreads from late September to mid-November. After fall, they have a pre-winter or simply cool season. The real winter or cold season starts in January and goes on until February. In fact, there are many more other calendars in India, but all of them have 6 seasons with slight differences. The Statue of Unity is actually twice as tall as the Statue of Liberty, reaching 600 feet. It was open to the public only about 2 years ago, back in 2018. The statue consists of 5 parts, but only 3 of them are accessible to visitors. The first part starts at the statue base and finishes at the shins. This zone has 3 levels and includes the exhibition area, a garden, and a museum. The second part reaches up the statue's thighs. The third one has a viewing spot at a height of 500 feet. The fourth part is the maintenance area, and visitors can't get there. Finally, the 5th one comprises the shoulders and head. In the first 11 days after its opening, almost 130,000 tourists came to see this colossal statue. That's more than the population of the capital of Kansas, Topeka. Apparently, a whole lot of people showed up to Topeka at this statue. Yeah, pun intended.
Wow. Statue of Unity. Where's that? Topeka? Wow. Like, one thing that really fascinates me is the architecture over there. It feels gigantic. I've always been fascinated by architecture. For me, it's more like the bridges and stuff, because I find it like fascinating how it's actually being built and it's sturdy and it works. But wow, everything is just so big. Are you guys sure you're not Americans? Huh? Pun intended. Joking. Wow, interesting. The whole the whole video now takes me to the fact of the marriage and the spying thing. I'm like, is this really, really real? Wow. And the whole monsoon season. Like, I don't understand. How do you guys have monsoons? Here, are you allowed to have monsoons? Oh my gosh. Interesting. Very interesting, peculiar opinions. If you could comment on all my questions throughout the video, I would be great. That would be greatly appreciated. And I will definitely be going to Jaipur. So I will want to see that sundial. It looks pretty awesome. So, wow. Guys, I can't wait. It's going to be, I think, for me, an experience of a lifetime, and pretty super duper excited. And with that being said, thank you so much for watching this video with me. If you did enjoy it, please give a thumbs up, share, like, and subscribe to this channel, and I'll see you next one. Until then, please do take care. I am sending lots of love. Bye-bye.